Welcome. Welcome once again to my channel, Winning in Life Empowerment Academy. My name is Abimbola Aditola Komolafe. I'm a professor of clinical medicine and I've also been a physician for the past 37 years. On my channel, we have been sharing about helping people find their why, their assignment, or what I call their errand in life, setting achievable goals, using tools and confession and also affirmations to help them follow through with whatever it is that they're looking to do in their lives. In the last few months, I have had to step back because I always talk about it, pause and listen. So I had to step back and see what direction the Lord was leading me with my videos. I just could not allow it to be business as usual because I believe that God has given me the power to help people. So whatever the direction is, I need to know God. So I stepped back for a few months and now I am back and I hope you enjoy what God has laid on my heart. I want to empower people to help them start looking inwards. Okay, start looking inwards instead of looking outside at other things as opposed to looking within themselves. As Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist, once said, he who looks outside, dreams. But he who looks inside awakens. Again, he who looks outside, he dreams. But he who looks inside awakens. So my attention was drawn to empowering people to a life of holistic, living whole. So empowering, what do I mean by living whole? Empowering here is giving the people the knowledge, the confidence, the means, and the ability, to do things and make decisions for themselves. Holistic is looking at something as a whole. It's looking at a complete system, the entire situation, a whole person, rather than focusing narrowly or on isolated parts or on individual symptoms. We will be looking at what I call holistic wellness. What is holistic wellness, you asked me? Holistic wellness is just based on the premise, that our mind is responsible, for how our life unfolds. Again, it's based on the premise that our mind, the way we think, is responsible for how our life unfolds. As I said in one of my previous videos, our mind is our greatest asset. But when people lose their mind, they lose everything. I think of an individual with Alzheimer's. I've been a physician and I've been a geriatrician to close to 20 years. It is a devastating condition where you can't remember anything of who you are. Physically, they're fine, but their mind is not functioning properly. So holistic wellness, I believe, is a mind and body connection, letting our mind work right, on a day-to-day basis, moment to moment. Is when we get this whole holistic wellness right, then we can make moment by moment decision to help us live a healthy life. When our brain and our mind works right, our decisions are much effective. They add laser-like focus to our energy, our health, and our life as a whole. When the mind or brain is troubled, for whatever reasons, you are much more likely to make bad decisions, which will steal your energy, your focus, your memory, your mood, your health, and whatever, and destroy things that could happen to you and the generations to come. We'll talk about that later. Understanding that living a holistic way will help improve your decision-making ability, your sense of personal worth, your power, and help you with your energy, your focus, your mood, your memory, your weight, your relations, and overall health. So when I say it's a battle of our minds, I know most people do not want to hear about battles or war or whatever. Neither do I. But if you open your eyes and see what is happening in our society today, it is painfully obvious. It's a battle for the health of our mind and our bodies. Americans, by and large, they die young and experience more illnesses than people in other nations, despite spending twice as much on healthcare per person. Close to 75% of our healthcare dollars are spent on chronic diseases Like I said, Alzheimer's, depression, anxiety, ADHD, diabetes, prediabetes, obesity, just to mention a few. As I said earlier, there's a science called epigenetics. That's the environment and the genes, okay? And has taught us that our habits turn on and off. Again, turn on and off certain genes that cause illness and early death. More likely to be transmitted to your children and down to your grandchildren. Okay? So what we're talking about is not just you. The battle for your health or our mind is not just us. It is about our generations to come. Because when these genes are turned on or off, they tend to be passed down to the generations that follow. So learning how to change our mental pattern and redirect our emotions can keep us healthy and help generations to come. So if you want to take something away from this clip, I want you to remember, it's not about you. It's about your generations to come. Okay? I'll leave you with a quote by a guy called Robert Urich. He said, a healthy outside starts from within. Again, a healthy outside starts from within. So thank you once again for taking time to listen to me on my channel. Do have a winning day. Thank you.